I will summarize the documentation requirements in Item 4. The documented requirements include A. Documentation of the scope of application. Since this is a mandatory requirement, auditors must verify it. The physical boundaries of the organization, i.e., activities, products, and services, should be documented to specify the scope of application, and if there are exclusions, they must be justified within the scope that does not compromise the integrity of the occupational health and safety management system. B. Stakeholder requirements and issues summary. Although not a mandatory documentation requirement, monitoring stakeholder requirements is important for establishing and operating the occupational health and safety management system. Therefore, key requirements should be summarized and reviewed regularly. C. Management System Process Flowchart. The process flowchart of the occupational health and safety management system and the interactions between processes must be defined. Responsibilities and authorities for each process should be established, and performance measurement methods should be defined to ensure continuous improvement of the system. How this information is documented is important. For example, a small company like HCO can organize all information on a single A4 sheet and incorporate it into management reviews, which can serve as a good practice for small businesses. Thus, ISO 45001 does not require excessive documentation, but emphasizes practical documentation. Let's learn about the audit tips for Clause 4. Clause 4 is the starting point of the system. During the audit, it is essential to check whether analysis has actually been conducted, how requirements are reflected, and whether the scope is clearly defined. Auditors must verify the following 3 items during the audit. SIGA, records of internal and external issue analysis. Confirm whether the issues relate to the organization's purpose and strategic direction. Verify if factors affecting safety and health are included. B. Records of stakeholder requirements. Check whether legal requirements are included. Confirm whether the requirements of key stakeholders such as workers and subcontractors are reflected. C. Documented information on the scope and the establishment of flowcharts of the management system. Ensure the scope is clearly defined and documented. Verify whether the interactions between processes are defined. These 3 items must be confirmed without exception through documentation and interviews. For an effective audit, it is important to go beyond simple document review and verify the actual operational conformity.